Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and yes, today we're here to look at everything we know about Mario Kart World. We'll look at how many characters and which characters are in the game, what courses are making a grand return, and what items will you be using to get ahead of your friends. Well, strap in, get ready, and let's race right into it. Let's start with some big new changes. One, they've upped the player count to 24 players, and we're all racing around on these tracks in a big open world. Depending on what mode you're choosing, you'll have different routes from one map to another. And quickly before we talk about the modes, the characters, and then the stages, I want to go over some differences that there is to the gameplay in Mario Kart World. For one, you can now grind on rails and drive on the walls. This is a new way to get speed boosts, and if that isn't enough for you, you can also do multiple tricks in the air. But if that is not enough for you either, you can also do tricks straight from the ground. Yes, you can charge them up as you're just driving. So this might be the new meta, for example, like doing a wheelie in Mario Kart Wii or snaking in Mario Kart DS. And although we haven't seen a mode like in Mario Kart DS akin to mission mode, essentially a single player experience, maybe we'll see more about that in the Mario Kart Direct April 17th, we have seen 5 different modes available in this game. 3 of them I can go into detail with because they actually showed them off in the trailers and the treehouse footage, and 2 are kinda just hidden away, blink and you miss it. So the first one is just Grand Prix, but it has a twist this time. Yes, you will still race on 4 different tracks, but now you will race from track to track, and the way it works is that the first race, you'll just race around on it normally 3 laps, and then afterwards, you'll race to the next track and then do 1 lap around on it. Now, it's pretty much confirmed that you'll be able to turn this feature off. As you can see on this menu here, it says intermissions. So my understanding is that you can pick and choose how you will do it. Also, there's some footage online which shows them starting at 1 stage, and you can just select to race on that one if you want to do 3 laps, or you can select a different stage and then drive from 1 stage to the next one. The next mode is Knockout Tour. And the cool thing about this one is that the amount of players in the race will decrease the further you get into the race. You'll race across 6 different stages, and at each checkpoint, meaning the new stage, the last 4 people will be out of the race. So you'll start with 24 people, then 20, 16, 12, 8, and then at the end, 4 people. The third mode, which they showcased, although not in as great detail, is the free roaming mode. Drive around in the big open world. You can practice on the stages. You can see other racers racing around. You can get your friends together and just go for a ride. And they say there's going to be lots of different secrets and collectibles. I'm so excited to see what this mode includes. They didn't really go much off the tracks in the showcase of this world, but I imagine there's going to be so much that they haven't told us yet. There's also 2 other modes which they haven't really showcased. It's Coin Battle and Balloon Battle, and those seem pretty straightforward. Now, we haven't seen any battle stages, but this world is huge, so it wouldn't surprise me if there are some secret battle stages hidden throughout. And now, having looked at the modes, I want to have a look at all the different characters that there are in the game. And the number was actually so much higher than I could ever have anticipated. Are you ready? There is 50 characters, and this is so far. There might be even more characters, but 50 characters that I've been able to spot in Sion's footage when he played the game, and also the Nintendo Treehouse footage. So I'll just go through them one by one. They might not be categorized properly. I just went through, and whenever I spotted a character, I just added it to this massive list. So let's go through them one by one. We have Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Rosalina, Wario, Waluigi, Toad, Yoshi, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina. We have Daisy, Koopa Troopa, Pauline, Bowser Jr., Birdo, Toadette, King Boo, Shy Guy, Cow, Fishbone, Penguin, Dolphin, Pianta. Some of these picks are wild. And we're only just over halfway done, so let's keep going. We also have Snowman, Cataquack, Nabbit, Pokey, Stingby, Sidestepper, Piranaplant, Conkdor, Wiggler, Charging Chuck, Drybones, Parabiddybud, Spike, Cheep Cheep, Rocky Wrench, Hammer Bro, Swoop, Goomba, Lucky 2, Coin Coffer, Monty Mole, and Peeper. But if that wasn't enough, each character also has costumes. It looks like, based on this footage from the treehouse, that each character will have 10 different costumes, which, if each character has 10 different costumes, we're looking at, drumroll please, well, it's actually just simple math, but 500 different looking characters. That is insane, although it wouldn't surprise me if Mario has more costumes than, for example, Sidestepper. But how do you get these costumes? Well, you do so by actually just driving as the character that you want the set costumes as, and then grabbing this food power-up. When you do so, well, you unlock a new skin. I'm excited to learn more and see, is it really just 10 times you have to drive into them? Can you get duplicates? I just want to know more. But speaking about items, why don't we take a look at all the items you can just get in a regular item box. First off, I just want to say that you have 2 item slots again, just like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and the 25 plus items go as follows. We have the mushroom, triple mushroom, golden mushroom, mega mushroom, I'm so happy to see that mega return, green shell, triple green shell, red shell, triple red shell, blue shell, and a new item called a golden shell. What this item does is when you fire it, a lot of coins will spawn behind it. We have the banana, triple banana, bob-omb, boomerang, fire flower, ice flower, question mark block, which seems to just get you a lot of coins, super horn, feather is actually not just a battle item, lightning, star, boo, blooper, hammer bro hammer, bullet bill, coin, which acts a little bit different than it used to. For one, you actually get a tiny little speed boost, so it's not just completely useless. And you also get 2 of them because they've upped the coin max to 20 instead of 10. And finally, I want to talk about probably the coolest item of them all, and it's this kind of Kamek orb. See, when you use it, the other racers will turn into an enemy, let's say the Goomba, and then giant Goombas will appear on the road as obstacles that you have to dodge. Oh, and a new thing that they've added regarding items is that just at default, your items will just trail behind you without having to hold down the button. Now, quickly before looking at all the stages, I want to go over a big new change that there is to the kart. You may have noticed from looking at all these clips that gliders are nowhere to be seen, and that's because kart customization is nowhere to be seen, which I am incredibly happy to see, going back to what I know from Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii. So instead of a glider, you now have just wings on your car, and instead of driving underwater, your driving vehicle turns into a boat. It is fantastic. And now with that done, let's have a look at the stages. As said earlier, all the stages are set in this massive Mario Kart world, and you can drive between them as you wish. There's 7 cups shown off, but we actually only got to see what stages were in the first 4 cups, so I'll start with those. In the Mushroom Cup, we have Mario Bros. Circuit, Crown City, Whistle Stop Summit, and DK Spaceport. These are all new tracks, by the way, because later on we also have some retro tracks, for example in the Flower Cup, which are all retro tracks. We're starting off with Desert Hills from Mario Kart DS, which, oh, I'm so happy to see that. Shy Guy Bazaar from the 3DS, Wario Stadium from the N64, and Airship Fortress from Mario Kart DS. Yes, they are all freaking bangers. You've done a great job, Nintendo. The Star Cup has another Mario Kart DS track. I love that there's so many Mario Kart DS tracks. That's my childhood Mario Kart game. DK Pass. We also have a new track, Starview Peak. And then the other 2 are also returning courses. We have Sky High Sunday, which you may remember from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And then it finishes off with Wario Shipyard from the 3DS. And the final cup that we got to see in full is the Shell Cup. It starts off with Koopa Troopa Beach, most likely from the N64, but I've actually not seen any footage from this track, so it could also just be a Mario Circuit situation, where this game's Mario Circuit has nothing to do with previous Mario Circuits. The rest of the 3 tracks are all original though. It's Fairway Oasis, Crown City, which is also in the Mushroom Cup, but here it appears as Night, and Peach Stadium. But there are of course more tracks in this game, and to keep track of it all, well, I have this beautiful map which I found on the Japanese website, and what's really cool is that I can toggle all the icons. These are all the tracks available in the game, and yeah, let's just name all the tracks that we already know of. There we go. Quite a lot left, right? So let's see what we're working with. But before we do that, how many tracks are there in total? Well, let's do a quick count. As you can see here with my beautiful handwriting, there's 30 total tracks. Wait, you're telling me there's only 29 tracks? Well, think again, because there was a track that leaked. In this trailer, you can briefly skim Rainbow Road, and that makes sense because there's suspiciously one cup missing, being this special cup. So there might be even more than 30 tracks total. So let's have a look at all the tracks that aren't named yet. I'll show footage for the ones I have, and I do have footage for almost all of them. We have Peach Beach from the GameCube, Dino Jungle also from the GameCube, Moo Moo Meadows from the Wii, and another fan favorite from the Wii is Toad's Factory. And we have an N64 stage, Choco Mountain, which I wasn't completely sure was Choco Mountain, but in this trailer where they showcase playing online, it's clearly visible here that it is Choco Mountain. Then we have some sort of compilation of Mario Circuit 1, 2, and 3, and up here, well, that's clearly this game's Bowser Castle. We then have some stages that I'm not completely sure of what their names are. This one is some kind of cinema with booze. Here you're driving on trees, very much akin to Wild Woods, although I can't confirm that it is that track. There's also this Venedig stage where you're driving on water in this city. This one with beautiful autumn leaves. Oh, it looks gorgeous. The giant question mark stage, which saw Alana actually win the knockout tour. Congratulations again, Alana. And then there's two more stages which I've actually not been able to find any footage from on the website or in the trailers. And it is this stage right here, which looks to have some kind of fun slide, and this other lava stage with a giant robot something. And here you have the whole map where I've tried to name everything that we know of. If there's question marks, it's simply because I don't know the title of the track. And something really cool, which this will really showcase just how many routes there are from each map depending on which mode you're playing. Boom! Take a look at that. There are so many routes depending on which stage you're racing from. I bet there's going to be a lot of customization, but we'll just have to wait for that April Direct. But yeah, that was everything that I could spot in Mario Kart World. All the characters, all the stages, the items, and also some of the gameplay changes this game is bringing with it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hyper-analyze that subscribe button and give it a little click to stay up to date with all Mario Kart World content. Stay safe, and we will see you in the next one. Felix from Nintendo Life, out.